Родина!
Hi everyone. Sorry about the messy start. So where are we? All right. Well, let's have a look around. Welcome everyone to Forgotten Hope 2 Dev stream. Actually, hey, who do we have here? Oh, hey Tobias.
Hello, FatJoe.
All right. Well, looks like Soviets are incoming.
Yeah, slightly.
Slightly. All right. So what do we got here today?
Well, today, well, first of all, as you can tell by the trailer, the next patch will be called Forgotten Hope 2.5. It will include, for one thing, Pegasus Bridge, which we already looked at, but also 4 new maps on the Eastern Front with Soviet and Finnish, with the Soviet and Finnish armies. And this is what we will look at today. We will look at first the Soviet army, then the Finnish army, and after that a completely new Eastern Front map that wasn't announced yet. And after that we will do some playing on that map.
Sounds
and then
exciting.
we will see. Yep.
Alright, so what do we have? I see a legendary tank here.
Yeah, lots of legendary tanks. First of all, this map is called Arad. It was made by Hitmaker, the artist formerly known as Shitmaker, but we had him change that name for obvious reasons, because the map isn't shit, that would be false advertisement. But generally speaking, this map is good to start on because it has the biggest variety of Soviet tanks to look at. Not all of them, not all of the tanks that will be in the first patch, but most of them. So I'd say I'm pretty sure most people will be interested in seeing the tanks, how they work and which models we have. So we will look at that first, then maybe at the Russian small arms as well, and then it's on to the Finn.
All right, sounds amazing.
Yep. So let's start with the smallest one.
All right.
Yeah, that's the Su-76M, which I think that's the most common tank in the new patch. It's on every single Eastern Front map. It's kind of like a Marder, I would say, an open-top vehicle. Not really a tank destroyer, more like a light assault gun. I think also one of the most produced armored fighting vehicles ever.
Let's have a look. Oh, I can't jump on top of it. It looks amazing.
Yeah, somebody in the chat is saying that we should change some kind of source option because it lags out the stream.
Okay, is everyone experiencing that?
Oh, it's that they have the option to change the quality. Do you know how to set that?
I thought that was on the viewer to decide that.
Okay, they're saying no lag here, so probably it's not a problem.
So if you're experiencing lag and you can't view this, then we will of course upload this to the YouTube channel, so you'll be able to see it there.
Yeah, like we did with the Pegasus stream.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if you're unable to see it, at least you can see it later. That's as good as we can offer. Sorry.
Okay, so next up, what do we have here? That's the KV-1S tank, a heavy tank.
Yeah, this is the heavy one.
Yep.
Let's take it out. Oh, that sound.
Yeah, the engine sounds are all new. I think they were actually done by Cubador based on recording of actual text. So there's a lot of new sounds in here. Oh, and by the way, because I'm looking at the chat from time to time. One thing, wait with questions for now, because we will not answer them now. We will answer them when we change maps, because that always takes ages on the test server.
Okay.
So yeah, KV-1S, pretty decent heavy tank, although by this time actually kind of obsolete, but we still threw it in there, and I think it will be quite fun to play with that.
Alright. Can you actually use this back machine gun?
Yeah, should be usable. 1 second.
Cool.
Yeah, it works. It makes it a bit harder for Panzerfaust soldiers to sneak up on you.
Oh yeah.
That's one thing that many of the Russian heavy tanks especially have in common. So from the heavy tanks, let's work our way back to the medium ones. Here we have, of course, the T-34, the classic Russian tank, probably one of the most recognizable tanks of all of World War II, or world history for that matter.
Brilliant. Let's take it out for a spin. Listen to the sound.
Yep. Purrs like a kitty.
That's a cool one.
Yep. And of course we also have the upgunned model with the 85mm gun.
Oh, sweet. That's this one.
Yes, the one with the 113 number here.
Alright. It's the same thing, but different gun.
Yeah, bigger gun. Might have some other changes as well. That one is quite good, especially against the heavier German tank. It also has like special rounds APCR, which can damage even, for example, the Tiger tank.
All right.
So I would say next up, of course, I think you already saw that in the trailer. Actually, the Katyusha.
Yes.
We couldn't miss that, of course.
No, of course not. And you can actually see the details when you launch the rockets. These will actually fly off. These one here's. Actually, let's take this one for a spin.
Yep. Yeah, Joe is Icelandic, that's true.
Yes, I am.
And that's why he doesn't have a webcam now. He got mauled by a volcano and is heavily disfigured.
Yes, it happens. Lots of active volcanoes that keep pestering us civilians.
Yeah, we should maybe mention also the Soviet player models now that I think about it, which weren't... Yeah, these are completely new and pretty sweet. Do I have a beard?
No, you don't have a beard.
Ah, crap. I know at least one of them has a beard.
We'll find one eventually.
Yeah, I mean I have a beard in real life, so it's better for immersion to have that same... Oh, I forgot about this one. Actually, the big guns, so to speak.
What's this?
That's an Su-152.
It's a tank destroyer.
Yeah, it's an everything destroyer. And fire it, but let me get into cover first. That thing packs quite a punch. You can actually kill tanks in the next map with it.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's the heavy tank destroyer, so to speak. Will be on this map and I think on one other one. Yeah, so for people who really like to blow stuff up.
I grabbed a new weapon here.
Yeah, which one? That's the
SVT-40.
Yeah, the FH2 Dev. It's a semi-automatic rifle. A pretty good piece of kit. It's fairly rare though at this point in the war. This, by the way, is in October or September 1944. So by this point it was already largely phased out, but you can still get it as a pickup kit.
Yeah, cool. Actually, should we go through the list of equipment you can actually choose from?
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. So in the spawn menu, start with a scout. Do you want to suicide and respawn as one?
Actually, I'll do that. There we go. The classic Mosinagant.
Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward rifle. I think it's basically identical to the K98K for all intents and purposes. Well, you know, it's a solid rifle.
Sounds better.
Yeah, it does sound cool. It also, like every kit, it also comes with a melee weapon, you know, bayonet, and then the usual scout items, which you could demonstrate.
Oh yeah, we actually have the anti-personnel mine.
Yep. By the way, these will generally be nerfed in the next patch. You only have one now, and you can't place them weirdly anymore, like on walls. They bounce down because they got kind of annoying.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The smoke grenade is pretty sweet as well. Pretty cheap for one thing.
Yeah. We all know these.
They actually float as well, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, really? We have a lake here, so let's just...
A river, but okay, yeah.
Or river, yeah. Oh, there
They do actually smoke, yeah. Smoke, yeah, well, of course they smoke, they do actually float. I bet the Americans on Omaha Beach would have liked one of those, but okay.
Oh yeah, definitely. Alright, and
So,
of course we have the binoculars.
New binoculars, and of course don't forget new bandages. Everybody has been waiting for the new bandages, they're finally done.
Oh yeah, finally. Here, have some, mate.
Yeah, thanks.
Alright.
Okay, let's look at the spawn menu again. One thing you might notice is generally in FH2 there's not much in the way of like mirror balance, and many or most nations have certain specialties that they are very good at. For example, the Americans have their semi-automatic rifles, the Germans have their machine guns.
Yeah.
And the Russians have their submachine guns, and as you can see, the assault kit is actually unlimited, so you can always get that no matter how many other people have it. So when it comes to fighting in forests or cities, the Russians will always have that bit of an upper hand. The drawback is, of course, they don't have many semi-automatic rifles, at least not this late in the war, and they suck at infantry anti-tank, so they don't have something like bazooka or something like that. Instead, you have the Italian setup with the tank hunter kit.
Right, okay. Well, we have the Papazon here, and...
Yeah, well, who needs anti-tank if you have that?
Yeah, exactly. Packs a punch.
Yep, that's pretty sweet. And of course it comes with a knife for stabbing snipers in the back who don't look behind them.
Yeah. A trusty knife.
And hand grenades.
Yeah. These we all know and love. Or hate, if used in team killing purposes.
Yeah, I get more team kills with these than normal kills.
Yeah.
So, okay, next up we have the normal rifleman.
The Strelok.
Yep, Strelok. That one's fairly unremarkable. Again, you get a bolt-action rifle and you get hand grenades. The Russians did not use rifle grenades, at least not in large numbers, and not this late in the war.
Right. So this is like the cheapest version of a rifleman. You do
Yeah,
get a
well, I
grenade.
mean, yeah, you get pretty cool grenades actually. I think the Italians also don't have rifle grenades, for example.
Right. These all work the same.
Yeah, it's pretty much a grenade. You can throw them a bit further away because they have sticks. Okay, next up we have the normal machine gun kit, where they get the DP light machine gun, which basically works like a mix between, I would say, an MG34 and a Bren.
Wow, that's inaccurate.
Yeah, you probably should only use it like that in emergencies.
Yeah.
You know.
But of course, you can lie down and deploy the
Yep.
bipod.
Also comes with a Tokarev pistol for self-defense.
Yeah, the Tokarev TT-33. Yeah.
Okay, as I said, submachine guns are the big specialty for them, and they actually get a submachine gun in their engineer kit as well, the PPS-43, which is a bit like, you know, how the Thompson has a grease gun, the PPS-H-41 has the PPS-42 and 43.
Right. This one I personally like. It's like raw, crude metal somehow.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap, but I like how it shoots, the muzzle flash and everything. I mean, engineer kits are often used by tankers, so I think they will appreciate the additional firepower. And it comes, of course, with an anti-tank mine.
Oh yeah. We'll plant this here and make sure we don't drive over it later on. Wow, it completely disappears.
Yeah, that's also partly because of the road spline, though. If you place it here, for example, I don't think it will disappear.
Oh, right. Can still
And of
detect
course, yeah. Yeah, mine detectors, which of course everybody ever uses.
it. Yeah.
But yeah, they're actually pretty effective, these ones. Hard to see.
Well, I'm sure we'll have some good fun with those.
Yeah. Next up, of course, the tank hunter kit for hunting tanks. As I said, a little bit underwhelming, but you get a throwable anti-tank grenade. And a cut-down Mosin gun rifle, which they probably shouldn't have cut down because it has a huge muzzle flash now, because of the full-powered rifle round.
I love the Mosin-Nagant. I've been waiting for the
Yep.
Mosin-Nagant to actually enter the game for a long, long time. And we have the Russian anti-tank grenade.
Yeah, the somewhat weirdly named RPG-43, because if you hear RPG, it's more, you expect like an RPG, but it's
Right.
actually a throwable grenade. Looks pretty cool though, like it has a piece of cloth trailing behind it.
Alright. Let's actually hit a tank this time.
Yeah, that helps.
You probably need a couple of these. Or I missed. That's also an option.
Yeah, you need to hit them directly. They have a
Ooh, Jesus.
yeah. If you hit them, they are not bad. I mean, it's not a Panzerfaust or a bazooka, but I mean, it does destroy tanks.
Right. Alright. And then
Alright.
of course we have the Sarge... how do you pronounce that?
What do you mean?
Sergeant. The Sergeant class.
Ah, okay, yeah, the NCO class.
Yeah.
Well, I
so-
don't know. I guess you would have to be a commander to use
of
that.
course.
Nah,
Well-
well, fuck it. The thing is, I mean, it's just the PPS-H-41 or the Mosin carbine, and you get a pistol. I mean, there's nothing new in there.
No. You'll just have to look into it yourselves when you get the version. Okay, so what else do you have to show for us?
Yeah, so how long did that take so far?
About 25 minutes.
Okay, then let's do it like this. Let's switch over to the Finnish map. Look at the
Ooh,
Finns.
we have the Finnish map.
Yeah, and this will take a while because the test server, takes a while to change maps for some reason. So you can, if you want to ask any questions, do that now.
Yeah, please bring us your questions. Any questions you like.
Yeah, the Finnish map is called Samatus, formerly known as Kurta Selka, which was made by Snooks, but it was changed various times. It was made bigger. It was updated first by Schism, then by Kev. Maybe I'm mixing up but it was finally finished by Fuchs Wiesel and then renamed into Samatus because that fit better historically.
Alright. So, am I wearing my tutu? No, I'm not. It's actually somewhere in Sweden.
Yeah, it's doing its own thing now.
Yeah, it moved on.
Okay, will any of the EF maps feature bot support on initial release? No, we don't have a NEF mesh guy at the moment, so sorry, no. Maybe later.
Stubborn Pony asks similar question.
Is it possible to increase FOV? No idea.
I think that's possible through some changing some code in some init file or whatever, but it's not by us.
Yeah, we will show Seelow Heights as the final map. I mean, you can already see it on the loading screen. So it's like
yeah.
So Eastern Front is the next release. Yes, we decided not to release Pegasus on its own, but it decided to do the Eastern Front as well.
Right.
And no, you can't kill your own soldiers as Russians. Okay, now the map is loading for me. Might take a bit longer for me, but we will see each other in the Finnish main base.
I got a lot of minus points for that. -8. Not exactly a team player.
Yeah, you proved cowardly in the face of German fire. Stalin is not amused. And no, you're not allowed to shoot your own soldiers, and that joke is getting old. Most jokes are best told only once.
Alright, so where do you want to meet?
Finnish main base. On a scale of 1 to 10, how fat is FatJoe? I don't think he's actually that fat.
No, actually, I'm not. This is to throw off my enemies, keep them on their toes, so they don't know what to expect.
Yes.
Oh,
they expect a fatter person. Yeah, that's yeah, we didn't show that. That's the Russians use the same one.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Finns. As you can see, the Finns are Germans.
Yeah.
Reskinned. And with different helmets sometimes.
This is fairly accurate, though.
Yep.
Alright, so what are you holding there?
That's an LS-26 light machine gun, the normal Finnish one. Wait, you can pick it up actually.
It looks cool.
Well, the Finns usually use the Russian one as their standard light machine gun, but the relatively crappy one that they had at the beginning of the war still is in use as a pickup kit. Works basically like a BAR. Sounds pretty cool though.
Alright.
Okay, wait. Oh. So anyway, yeah, that's one of them. The other one you already saw, the DP. I guess you could show the Suomi, which everybody is waiting for, I'm sure.
I'm sure. This is not too unfamiliar with to the Papa Shah.
Yeah, it's similar. I think the PPSH was based on this one. I think it's a bit better though. I mean, the Suomi.
All
They
right.
are not unlimited though, so the Finns have to make do with what they have.
Right, makes sense.
Liikettä!
And we also have the Finnish voices.
Päälle pohjan poika!
Yeah, I'm screaming charge a bit because somebody asked about them.
Liikettä! Vieltä! Hakkaa päälle!
Yeah, we do have the Hakapello one.
Hakkaa päälle!
So, and lastly, the Finnish Musenaganta just take mine, yeah.
I'll gladly take. Well, okay. I'll take this, but I'll gladly have the sniper rifle later on.
Okay.
So yeah, the only difference here between the, well, not maybe the only, but the most noticeable difference between the Mosinagant and the Finnish. What's it called? What's it called again?
Okupeka?
Ukko-Pekka, exactly. Is the hexagonal kind of receiver you can see on the housing.
Yeah, it's largely a graphical difference.
Yeah.
So, and what else do I have here? First about the map. This is the only infantry map we will be releasing. Purely, not. I mean, the Russians do have some things, but the Finns don't have any. They used to have Stuks on here, but that wasn't really good on this smaller map.
Right.
But they do have these T20 APCs, which are captured Russian ones.
These look so much fun.
Yeah, you can actually use them kind of as mobile MG bunkers almost.
Alright.
And of course you can use these extremely safe benches on the side.
Yes.
Well, you have to see these were designed to be artillery tractors, so you would have the crew sitting on the benches, then a gun tote behind them. But of course, in a desperate situation, you can use these as normal APCs, I guess.
Yeah. And those were a bit desperate situations there.
Yeah, and these were made by the Russians and used mostly in the beginning of the war, and also, of course, in the Winter War, where I expect most of these were captured.
Right.
One thing that we could maybe take a look at is the Finnish Pioneer kit, which has a pretty cool satchel charge.
Alright.
So we can blow up these things. And after that, maybe we run around a bit on the map, look at some of the saunas, and even from statics.
Oh, it has saunas?
Well, of course.
Wow. Let's blow these up.
Yep. Ah, no, you have the check helmet. Nice.
Alright.
So that's for hunting tanks, together with the Panzerfaust, of course.
Of course.
So I'd say we run around a bit on the map and look at the new vegetation. Well, not new anyway, and at the new Eastern Front statics.
It looks really good.
Yeah, I like the look of this.
We have another edition of a forest map finally.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Hürtgen Forest is largely forested. I guess some of the Ardennes maps are fairly forested.
Alright. Actually, I see a Panzerfaust kit here.
Yeah, the Finns were equipped by the Germans with Panzerfaust. So it's kind of weird. They have this weird mix of Finnish-made weapons, captured Russian weapons, and German Lend-Lease weapons. Like they get the Luger, for example, in some kits.
Alright.
So yeah, that's the village of Samatus itself. We have an anti-tank gun, which is quite interesting, rather. A Russian one that also was pressed into service, 45mm, I believe.
Yeah, we can drive this one around then. Set up wherever we want.
Yeah, that's a good feature.
I could just drive on this, follow you on this. No, actually, it's too slow.
Wait, what you could actually show, there are some new animations for these. I think. I don't know, I hope this one is already done. I think it looks a bit more professional now than before. I mean, these are still kind of improvised in their execution, but I think now it looks a bit better. Like you are actually pushing them.
Yeah, it looks good.
There will be a lot of these kind of changes that were done by GovGunt, including APC passengers, static MG gunners, and stuff like that. It's all been renewed and made to look better. So let's see if we can find the sauna, which I believe there was one here. There's also one in the forest, which of course, because the Finns need something to fight over. Yeah.
Of course. There's smoke coming out of this one.
Yeah, although I don't think we have actually steam inside. Would be kind of sweet, actually.
Alright. So this is where everyone comes down to and chill out when the battle's over.
Yeah, press F to remove your uniform.
We're missing some leaf branches here to whack each other on.
That's actually a good idea. I wonder if we could do that somehow. Keep that at the end. Yeah, pickup kit. Yeah. Well, yeah, that could be good. And yeah, this is generally our Eastern Front static set. We have lots of different barns and huts and lots of wooden stuff. That is our new big school building, which you will see on several maps. It's like in a flag zone building.
Alright. Let's have a look inside here.
Yeah, I like this one. It has several entrances.
It's cool.
Also, I think, if I remember correctly, I placed the pickup kit in here, in that room where I'm looking at, with a rare Suomi variant.
Alright. Has 51 rounds.
Yeah, it has a smaller magazine, although it says something that when your small magazine version has as many rounds as the Thompson's big one.
Alright. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, it's a big magazine.
Yep. And yeah, what else could we look at? Oh yeah, over here we have an Orthodox chapel.
No, I'm not getting naked.
Not again.
Not again.
So yeah, lots of new statics from custom
maps. Another church.
Yeah, actually, for the 2.51 patch, Roughbeak is already working on a really, really big church for one of the new maps. For the really new maps, the one that come after this. You know, we have to plan.
Looks good. It generally looks really good.
Yeah, especially like the atmosphere on this map here. This kind of almost peaceful-looking Eastern Front terrain. Most of the other maps are like set in either in autumn, which is very fitting now, of course, or the next one we will look at, Seelow Heights, is really depressing. So I'd say we take a quick look at the Finnish trenches and some of the positions there. And after that, we will switch over to Seelow Heights and look at that.
Alright. Yeah, we're coming up to the defense line here.
Yep. Finnish defense line. I think there are some static machine guns and static anti-tank guns. Including the...
Hang on, mate.
Well, wait, I will just come in as well. Okay, no, I'm in and you're out. What I like here in terms of details are these destroyed trees that are lying over the trenches and stuff like that. Looks really cool. And generally I have a soft spot for defense work for some reason. Yeah, I look at the chat right now. Yeah, of course we needed more churches, because as you know, FH2 is a World War II themed church simulator.
Yes. We needed some work to keep them also busy with, so we've supplied them with more churches.
Yeah, over here, our last station, let's look at this Pak 40 anti-tank gun, which of course you already know the German version at least. What's interesting about this is that at this battle, somebody whose name I can't remember because it was a weird Finnish name, but he actually got famous for destroying, I think it was 16 Soviet tanks with one of these in the battle, in the middle of an artillery barrage. So with this gun, and I think there's another one over there, you can also do that feat, if you're good. The Russians have one T-34 and I think an Su-76 as well. So you can blow up some tanks. That being said, this is generally an infantry map. So it's mostly about running in and out of trenches, shooting submachine guns between the trees, stuff like that.
Alright.
Okay, so I'd say we go to 1945 now to Seelow Heights. And again, this will take a while, so if you have questions, ask them now.
Yes, don't be afraid to ask us any questions about this. We're probably gonna go. If you asked any questions, actually, now's the time to repost them because we probably missed those.
Also nice Finnish victory music.
Very nice.
Okay, I already see one question. Is there a Maxim MG? Yes, there are. We don't have the mobile version in because that looked weird. But yeah, we have several versions of the Maxim HMG, and the Finnish got their own one without a shield. Are there any Korsus in the Finnish trenches? I don't know what that means. Can we see the PTRS or the PTRD? Yeah, well, they aren't on Seelow Heights actually. On Arad, we could have looked at them.
Oh.
Maybe later.
Well, for those things that you won't see here, you can see for yourself when we release the version 2.5.
Yep. Yeah, they also use the German Stahlhelm type helmet. We have German helmets that you already know, and then we have Swedish helmets and a Czech model as well. The first release will have one Finnish map, this one, Samatus. But for the 2.41 release, there's already a new Finnish map planned. Well, yes, you can already see captured Soviet vehicles on the Finnish side, the T-20 APC that we showed you. But no tanks, at least not on this map, because it's so small. Maybe later, I don't know what exactly is planned. And yes, the new Finnish map will be a lot bigger and will probably have planes as well. But for now, this infantry map will have the Finns. We had to cut out quite a few maps that were relatively close to being finished, simply because at one point you have to make a cut to really finish something. And yeah, had to make some hard decisions. That also means, before anybody asks, that some of the stuff we showed in news updates won't be in the very first release. I'm thinking the Ferdinand, also the T-70 won't be in the first release. And but we plan to release 2.51 relatively soon after this.
Are we gonna see the BT-42?
No.
Sadly.
Okay, the Seelow Heights map is actually an FH1 port remake. I don't know who made the original FH1 map, but it was ported over first by Schism, and then Stapfen worked on it as far as I know, then I worked on it, then Stapfen again, then I again. So yeah, let's call it a collaborative effort.
So I guess we're Russians.
Yeah, wait for me, it takes a bit to load for me. I have a shit computer. Okay, first of all, if you look at the Russian spawn screen, it looks a bit different than before, because this is 1945, so you have all the late war equipment.
Yeah.
So you have more PPS 43, you can actually get a Panzerfaust captured one. And, okay, first of all, what everybody wants to see, planes, I think.
So take me through these.
Oh, I don't know anything about planes, but I think I think this is an LA-5. Better maybe go into that to see if I'm right. I think it was an LA-5. It's a fighter plane, and the other one is a Sturmovik ground support plane.
We have a pilot kit here.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So yeah, they get 2 IL-2s on here and 1 LA-5.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, the map is what I would classify as a meat grinder kind of map, where you know, where the Russians really have to push through quickly through the defensive lines, and they get lots of support. 3 planes, of course. Then over here, follow me please. You have the howitzer.
All right.
These are nice, by the way.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, these are awesome. Also note the cool ambient effects that were made by our new sound applicant Hybrid V or Hybrid Roman 5 or whatever. I don't know how it's pronounced.
Yeah, I hear there's a battle going on somewhere.
Yeah. Of course, if you're alone on the server, it seems kind of lame, but generally speaking. Oh, somebody just asked, what about the IS-2? Well, there it is. We have that too. We haven't shown it yet, but here it is. Enjoy. That's the IS-2 heavy tank.
You want it? We got it.
Yep. Also, a nice little detail. You see, it has this logo on the side of a red star and like a bear. That actually means that that this unit was in Finland before. That's supposed to be like a polar bear for the northern front.
All right, cool. Well, it's these details that really stands out for me in Forgotten Hope.
Yeah, it's not finished coding yet. For one thing, it doesn't have the long reload because we still have to implement in this version the proper reload sound for that. But it will have 12 seconds reload because the gun has 122 millimeters, so you actually have to assemble the shells inside of the tank before firing them, so that takes a while.
All right, let's jump into one and see how it sounds.
Okay, somebody just said the star means, or the bear means it's from Siberia. What I heard is that it means that they were on the Karelian front. So I don't know what's right, but it's just what I heard.
Alright. It's good that the community is keeping us in check.
Yeah, otherwise it would be too easy.
We love you
So
guys.
I'd say before we invite the beta testers over, I would like to give a short overview over the map and also show what many people probably want to see, the German late war weapons.
Alright.
So I wonder, how do we do this the best way? Let's switch over to the German side and spawn at the Männer flag. First of all, if you look at the kit screen, what you can see is that the Germans in 1945 get unlimited SDG-44s, so enjoy that.
Wow. That's pretty
So,
brutal.
yeah, so if you look at the map for a second, just want to explain it because we will play it later.
Yeah.
But it's a sector push map. You got 3 sectors. I think this is actually one of those maps that really lends itself to that. Basically, the first sector is where we are now. This is down in the floodplains of the Oder River Valley, Then in the next step, we have to go up these hills. I don't know if you can see them with the bunkers on top. So that's the Seelow Heights. We have to storm that, as the Russians, of course. And the last step then is Seelow itself, which is like a bombed out town or village.
Yeah, exactly.
So, as I said, some late war German stuff, if you would follow me.
Will do.
Yep. So first of all, in here we got a Panzerfaust pickup kit with Panzerfaust 100 and the Volkssturm Karabiner, which is pretty crappy.
Alright.
Well, the Panzerfaust 100 is amazing, of course.
I like this
was...
rifle.
Yeah, shoot it, then you will not like it anymore, because it doesn't actually have a magazine.
Oh,
Some
right.
apparently had them, but most didn't. These were very quickly made from shot-out K98K barrels and issued to the last-ditch effort militia, the Volkssturm.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so then follow me, because we have another one actually.
More stuff?
Always more
Generous.
stuff.
We're being very generous here.
Yeah, this patch is the biggest since 2.2, since Normandy was added. Oh, another interesting, historically correct detail are these slogans that we have everywhere. Berlin remains German. Good luck with that. Where did I put that kit? I think over here. Yeah, that's...
Let's not beat that horse with a stick, guys.
Yeah, you know, I always forget where I put these kits. Ah, here it is. Yeah. Another late war weapon.
So what is this? Oh.
Yeah, that's the Volkssturmgewehr 45. This is basically, for all intents and purposes, it's a semi-automatic SDG 44. And by the way, the sights are not done. As you can see, you can't really use them. This is actually fixed in the next patch, but not in this one.
Right.
But yeah, it's a pretty cool weapon. Pretty unique. It's basically the way it works. It's a giant pistol.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can find these kits all over the map in Panzerfaust pickup kits. And so for those of you who always wanted to be an old man pressed into service, enjoy.
Generally,
So-
this map is very, very ruined, very sad.
Yeah, it has a really depressing atmosphere.
Yeah.
Lots of destroyed stuff, lots of cables hanging around, lots of pointless slogans.
Yeah.
And what I personally like is when you are here, you can already see the next objective. You know, the hills looming over you with those bunkers.
Yeah.
There you see the train station over there. So yeah, this is also a kind of change from the rest of the Eastern Front maps, because most of them are characterized by those huts that we saw. This is the more developed Western nation.
Right.
Okay, somebody just wrote new static of ruins. Cool. They aren't actually new. I just reskinned them because I'm lazy. It should look a bit more German now.
Hey, if it works.
If it works, it works. Even though I hope Toddle doesn't hear this, because I'm not supposed to reskin things anymore, I think. Anyway, let's just go up the heights and look down and also take a short look at the city, and after that I think we will invite over the beta testers and restart this match and just play it. I hope a few people show up.
Alright. How do you guys like that? We play a bit of this new 2.5 version. Show it
Yeah,
in
I
action.
hope it will be fun. So yeah, these are the Seelow Heights themselves, and in the background you can see the city of Seelow.
Yeah.
And with new Russian city static sets. Lots of them actually.
It's gonna be hard to actually charge the city.
Yeah, charging
By the
cities
looks
is usually hard. Okay, one final thing to look at, because I really like that one, is that open house static. We have kind of Pavlov's house 2.0. Well, not quite as amazing, but this is one of the last stand flags to defend. And I always like these kinds of defense positions in houses where you have a half-destroyed house, you know, like a bit like the HQ in Seelow Heights.
A lot of ass falling down here from...
Yeah, I heard you like that.
Yeah, it reminds me of home.
Oh yeah, right, and of that volcano that mauled you.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, this is the cool house static, which now everybody will put on his or her custom map.
This looks very dangerous.
Rabbit asks how many entrables in the city. Not all that many, because the map is very performance heavy already, because we have planes on here and tanks and all that. So most of the houses, there are all in all, I think, let me think, 4 or something like that. Like the church is entrable, this really complex house, apartment building is entrable. And there's like a train shed and some small buildings, you know, like that barn there. But most of it is actually ruined, so it's like, oh well. I mean, most of these houses are not technically enterable because they're just a bunch of ruins.
Right.
Okay, so then I...
The top.
Yeah, I think I actually put a sniper rifle up there as well.
You better. So, are we gonna have some beta testers come and join
Yes,
us?
I wonder, do you want to put up the stream will start soon thing again while we organize this, or do we just wait?
Well, why don't you just go ahead and go about that, and I'll wander off. Viewers.
Oh, okay, yeah, you just do some sightseeing in the time. That's a good idea. Okay, so now officially any beta tester who wants can join now. Once a few people have joined, we will restart the round and just normally play it. I think Joe will probably change over to the Russian side. I think at this time I can just... Joe, you will just wander around a bit and I will just answer a few questions.
Alright.
Because this could take a little bit.
Is the scope for the sniper rifle that I just tried out, the...
G43?
Yeah, is the scope new?
No.
Somebody asked, and I thought it was particularly
As far as I
nice.
know, it's unchanged. That being said, some of the older maps don't use end maps, and because of that you can't see the reflection in the scope. But I usually put these in, so
Right.
that might be because why it looks a bit cooler.
Yeah, the apartment building actually looks a bit like Pavlov's house, and
Yep.
I think a lot of fun will be had in this house, and a lot of frustration as well.
Yeah, well, if the Russians even get that far.
Yes. Granted, they do have to cover through a lot of ground and 2 nasty bunkers. Also,
Actually, I think it's more like 4.
4 nasty bunkers. This trench is particularly dangerous. It runs straight towards the building.
Yeah, that's like a big connection trench.
Right.
Okay, so far we have 10 people on the server. Would be nice if at least a few more show up. Maybe devs as well. That being said, all the maps come with at least 16-player versions, some also with 32, so we could just play a smaller version as well.
Alright.
How much time does it take to make such a big static? Oof, I don't know, you would have to ask Fred because he made it, but I don't think he's online. But yeah, I think that one actually did take a while. Yeah, these kind of big open statics are, of course, the highlight of any modeler's career. You know, I mean, it's not a church, but still.
Right. Oh, don't be sad, Victor. We'd love you to join, but still have to finish up a couple of things before we can release this. But when
Yeah,
we do,
some
we'll
stuff
play
is still
together.
left to be done.
Yeah.
Like you will maybe later notice that the PPS-43 doesn't play any shot sounds inside buildings. And so, for example, that is a type of thing we don't necessarily want to inflict on the public. Oh, somebody is using the plane. You can hear the new plane sound. That was made by Hybrid V, I think.
How about I join the Russian team for some new Russian equipment?
Yeah, let's do that. We'll wait a bit if some more people join. How to become a beta tester? We don't necessarily hire those anymore because basically public play is also kind of beta test. Will we also see Dukla Pass today? Dukla Pass will also be released. It was not planned to be showed today, but it depends if people still want to play after this round. We can play around on Dukla Pass as well, it's not a problem.
I'm gonna have to ruin the sound a bit because these things are really loud, so give me a moment.
What do you mean?
I'm in a tank.
Oh, okay. Yeah, things tend to be loud.
It's really loud.
The HS-129 will not be in. No. Also the Stuka with the cannon will also be released only in 2.51. And I just got Katyusha right in the face. We should up the. Does anybody remember what? Oh wait, I'm an idiot. 1 second.
Popper spawn times?
Yes, Popper. Okay, thanks to you. Is there any fixed date for release? Nope. Because we have no plan and things always go wrong. And there will be no bot support. We do not have a person at the moment who can do nav meshes, which you need for bot support. So if you know somebody, point them in our direction, I guess. Okay, well now we have about 20 people. I'd say maybe restart the round now. Maybe more will join, maybe not. One second.
I'm gonna go in guns blazing.
Yeah, I still have to look up something. 1 second. Okay. And we are live. Hopefully. So, do your best, I guess. Maybe one person come over to the German side so the Russians don't have the numerical advantage. Oh wait, other way around. Never mind. Disregard what I said, I'm an idiot.
It's not right.
Well, it's better if the Russians are in the numerical superiority, considering the type of map.
Let's not drive into trees.
Driving into trees is a time-honored Russian tactic. You know, I will sit in the Nebelweb for now and answer the question.
I'm in a tank. I can't hear you.
Yeah, Joe can't hear you. Yeah, we were just ignoring this now. Medic mechanics, because the way medics work in BF2 is kind of shit. I would gladly put something in if it works like in Left 4 Dead, where you have to like hold down a button to get your teammate up.
Oh, Jesus.
But with the way how medics work, I'm not sure. Are there any gameplay changes with other FH2 stock maps? You know, actually Cobra I think is not changed because we ran out of time, but other things have been updated. There will be a huge list again, I can't name it all.
Damn it.
I bet they're using the stream to stream snipe you. Then again, FH2 is so fast-paced that it doesn't matter.
Right.
Anyway, as soon as the Russians capture the first sector, the Germans will be supplied with a lot of tanks. Like, I'm talking King Tigers, Jagd Panthers, that kind of thing. So after that it gets really awesome.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
So-
Joe, by the way, just so you don't freak out, sometimes I will talk because I'm still answering questions, so if you're in a tank and you can't understand it, probably I'm not talking to you.
Yeah. The problem is that they might not hear it because the sound from the tank is particularly loud.
Yeah, that's always the case. I think maybe we should look into that.
What we should is actually capture this flag.
I have a question, what AA do the Russians get? On this map I think they just get the Bofors gun as a placeholder. We might get the proper Russian one later, I don't know. It's not exactly planned for now. I think the Bofors is very close to it, so it's like, nah. But that's one of the few things where they actually still have a placeholder. We're not that perfect.
Alright guys, let's stay alive. Oh, come on, let's grab this. Let's have some fun.
I think a
How was
plane
that?
just crashed into a tank. I
Wow.
saw that. That was awesome. Oh, okay, I think I hit the people corner.
Ooh, Jesus. Yeah, panzer trucks. Not making this easy.
Yeah, you know, German team is always stacked.
You can look around when in a tank by holding control and moving the mouse.
As far as I know, the Jagdtiger was largely used on the western front, not on the eastern front. If we get like a Battle of Paderborn or something like that, we might do a Jagdtiger, but that's not planned.
protection?
What?
I just put down some protection for my windscreen.
Ah, for the figures.
Ah, come on.
Yeah, this map is basically Omar Beach. Point 2. Okay, now somebody has spotted me for artillery. This is not good. Oh yeah. Oh shit. My problem with that is I can't really tap out because I have this bug where when I tap out my HUD is gone.
Oh,
So
right.
can you move me?
Yes, actually, I can.
Okay.
Insufficient permissions.
I don't think the T-34 has less armor than the Sherman. I don't think it has less armor than the Sherman. I think it's pretty well armored, especially because it has sloped armor. It's I would say it's pretty much the same for all intents and purposes.
Right. Actually, you know what? Let's grab the plane. Okay, let's not grab that one.
Yeah, about joining the tester channel, but so it doesn't work.
Apparently I don't have the permission to move you.
Yeah, never mind then, but because it might actually be a bit too chaotic then.
Yeah.
So people screaming over each other. Also, I don't know, we didn't actually talk about this before. It's possible that some people don't necessarily want to be, in the stream in that way, I know some people have a problem with that kind of thing.
Alright.
I mean, I'm a total attention whore, so I don't care. But some people care about that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure many people will complain about the way the Russian tanks are coded, because that's just part of the FH2 experience, complaining about how the tanks are balanced and stuff like that. It's just part of the fun.
Holy shit. Turns out I'm not a pilot.
Yeah, classic mistake.
But I did manage to get myself behind enemy lines, so let's take the opportunity and clear up some bunkers. Alright, this one is clear.
I don't think they are manned yet. We don't have that many people.
I get lost in these things. Oh, here we go.
Maybe you should get back into the action, otherwise people will get bored.
Yeah, I'm moving back. What about flame tanks? Do we have those?
That's one of those things where we kind of cut it out because of wanted to release a patch. We did think about adding the T-34 with a flamethrower for this map, but didn't materialize. Maybe in 2.51 we'll see. We'll also see how the balance on the map generally plays out then.
Alright.
So once they kept this, the second line opens up, and now we have to defend the bunkers, and also the Germans get lots of heavy tanks. So if a beta tester wants to get on that, that would be nice now.
Alright.
Well, now the assault on the second line commences, and yeah, I kind of like that kind of thing, you know, where you have to run up a hill into a bunch of trenches. Are Russians going to get the MiG-3 in the future? That's not planned, to be honest. Maybe, I mean, maybe somebody wants to make it, but it's not planned.
Maybe eventually someday we'll have it.
In 2.51 they will get the biplane, PO something.
Right, okay.
Oh, they already have footholds, not a good sign. But now the cavalry comes in form of King Tigers and stuff.
Kind of been down.
By the way, the German tanks in 1945 get completely new skins with so-called ambush camouflage, which looks pretty cool in my opinion.
I'll make sure to have a look at it if I get close to one. Bastard. Right, let's charge up some hills. See if we can't take out some of their tanks.
Well, one Panther just got blown up in my face.
There you go. So I'm not completely useless. Managed to get one. Infantry though.
Are you a bit rusty?
I am a bit.
Yeah,
Turns out.
also kind of, also not very good. Also because I think because I have the second screen on and the stream and everything, I'm kind of lagging a bit.
Capturing this flag. Ah, come on. So close.
Oh, that's always frustrating if you're that close to graying it and then somebody runs in or kills you. About any bugs that you want fixed, there's a bug report forum on the public forum. Also, for some reason nobody uses that. They always complain on the public forum where everybody gets ignored. Think about it.
Yeah, if you guys want to help us out, really use the public forums.
Yeah.
We do look at it. Are you kidding me? That was good. Yeah, let's not run around with a machine gun. Are we going to see ME262?
No.
You know? No. Not now, at least. Maybe eventually. Jesus.
Okay, when I say no, I mean it's not planned.
Right.
I mean, we have enough cool late war toys on this, I believe. The Russians, for example, they also get the 44 version of their carbine with the built-in bayonet. So I think that's...
Sorry.
That's part of the game, you know. As long as you still write sorry in the chat, it's fine. You know, unless you do it like for fun, in which case you're a cunt. That was directed at you, but you're right. People on the topic, so...
Wow.
Okay, fair play. If you stop complaining, I tell you what, I will just increase the spawn time. Even though Gavrant will crawl up my ass about it.
Dying is part of Organho too.
No, he means
like
something else. He means some plane on Operation Cobra. I will look into it. Maybe it's an easy fix. If people are that upset about it.
Another tactic, we're gonna flank. It's often really good to actually announce what you're gonna do to a public stream, so you know the enemy can actually listen on your plans and do something about it.
No, go on. Yeah, if you have bugs, report them on the forums, because on the public server I want to play, I don't care about bugs. Like, they go in one ear and out the other.
We have about 21 people online.
think it might be time to fall back to the last line. But Berlin will remain German, or not.
Well, it eventually did.
Yeah, everything went better than expected in the long run. Goes to show you, you know, no matter how fucked up things get, sometimes it just works out. Yeah, with 100 players, this is gonna be one hell of a meat grinder.
True.
Okay, last stand now. Hopefully not Custer's last stand, but more like... Well, last stands usually don't end well. But I think it was Joseph Goebbels who said at least they will make someday a great color film out of this. and a great mod, obviously. But he didn't say that for some reason.
Right. Okay, so... No, we're not. But we are getting closer to the Pavlov's house there. Not the actual Pavlov's house, but the apartment building there.
Yeah, this is when these maps are most fun, when you actually can see like a progression going on, you know, like, okay, now next one.
Yes. This is actually one of the changes that we did early on, and we've been kind of sticking to these kind of maps, kind of assault maps, basically.
Well, I mean, this is the only one of these kind of maps in the first Eastern Front patch. Most of them will be normal conquest maps.
But you can see a lot of these in both Africa and Western Front.
Yep, I think it was actually originally push was that a FH1 invention, or was that Desert Combat who first came up with that? Does anybody remember? Because I'm pretty sure Dice stole it from one of those mods and called it Rush.
Not actually sure when we came up with it.
I mean, I wasn't even around during the FH1 days.
This bunker really isn't ideal to advance backwards.
Any more planned spots or remakes? Let me think. What else do we have? None of these are remakes, I think. I did make a Kharkov Outskirts remake a while back, but that was kind of shit. That was before I was a dev. Was a learning experience, let's put it that way, but I wouldn't want to inflict it on you guys. Maybe I will revisit that at some point.
Sounds like a plan.
Of course, many of us play public. The thing is that when we play public, we play. We don't care about bugs. And especially, for example, if you tell me about some kind of coding bug, I can't do anything with that. I'm a mapper. Yeah, I can tell you how to code something. So the best thing is put it in the feedback forum. Then the right people will see it eventually, and then it will get fixed. And there have been a lot of bugs fixed. I mean, the last time I looked at the bug tracker thingy that we got, we had like for Russia alone like 107 bugs fixed and only like 9 open or something like that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff going on. And about Cobra specifically, I think Gavran just wrote they don't actually, what they're complaining about, it isn't actually in the feedback thread. Well, yeah, then it's not going to get fixed. And I'm sure Cobra will get fixed. Maybe in 2.51 we will do a big, or Gavran will do a big update on it and fix everything on it, and it will be a perfect map. Who knows?
Point still stands. We're not taking down nodes when we're playing public server. So if you have any bug, take it to the forums, really.
Yep. Ah, crap, got outflanked. Looked at the chat too long. This map looks feeling Cobra-esque, well, maybe from the atmosphere a bit, because Cobra is also a very bleak-looking map, I guess. But the gameplay is more akin to something like Omaha Beach, I would say, or maybe Fale Pocket even.
Yeah.
A meat grinder map, I would call it.
Exactly, a meat grinder map.
You have to have a nice balance of maps. We have 2 conquest maps for Russia, 1 infantry map, and 1 meat grinder map, and then of course Pegasus, which is really weird. But
yeah. Doing a very epic rush here.
okay, somebody write, hello comrades, yes. Bye-bye, Tobias, or whatever.
Oh shit.
Oh, I noticed that we haven't guarded that other flag. Probably Avera Fimov who killed me right now. He's actually working on a map for 2.51 as well. With a new nation, imagine that.
Wow.
But that's future music, as we say in Germany, and I think I just crawled in front of Nice too. Yeah, reading the chat and playing at the same time, surprisingly hard. You know, I can see why PewDiePie is that well paid.
Yeah, that's why I'm basically just focusing on playing.
Yeah, you do that. I don't care much about my KD, I suck anyway.
Well, I don't think my KDS is really good.
Yeah, I was just kidding. I know many people care much about KDS. I don't really understand it. I can see how you would care in a really balanced and competitive game, you know, like Counter-Strike. In a game like this, where it's basically a crapshoot and it's mostly the atmosphere and the story behind it, you know, the history behind it. I don't see the point really. But maybe that's just my personality.
FH2, well, we kind of always wanted to put more emphasis on gameplay than anything else. It should be less about the individual and more about finishing the objectives.
Yep. What is your secret in making a real good color map for mapping? Well, that's... For one thing, most mappers have their own kind of way they do that. For example, I know that Otolikos, who made the Pegasus Bridge map, he mostly paints that stuff in editor, which I would never do. I'm too lazy for that. I think Hitmaker made the color map for Arad in one of those programs, you know, TerraGen or GeoControl or whatever they're called, which I rarely use those. And what I do, I usually roughly paint the detail textures in the editor, and the color map, this is actually what I did on this map, and then the color map I derived from that in Photoshop and put that in. So the color map for me is usually more detailed than the detailed map, if that makes any sense, because the detail map I paint in the editor, or sometimes roughly in Photoshop and then embellish on it in the editor, and then the color map I make in Photoshop or GIMP sometimes, I don't know. Depends. This one was made in GIMP. We don't take donations, but you can donate to the guy who gives us all our infrastructure for free. The guy's called Flistertüte, and if you look at our public forum, in the announcement forum, you will find a thread with a link where you can donate to him, because he's really great. He gives us all the stuff, including the test server and much of the servers that the the web space for the forums and so on. And he gives us all of that for free. He never asks for anything except if you have it in your heart, you can donate to him. And yeah, about the bug issue, there are a lot of bugs that get fixed, but often it's the players see other bugs than deaths, or see other bugs as important than deaths, because as a player, if you're on the server, a lot of course that plane will annoy you a lot, whereas a death maybe doesn't have that same perspective. So it's really important to use these perspectives. Okay, getting a bit desperate here. It's time to roll out those Wunderwaffen, mein Führer.
Wow. What are those?
Yeah, they were promised, but I don't think they actually exist. But the propaganda talks about them a lot.
Alright.
I'm sure they're great though. Probably something with rockets.
Yeah, probably.
Hans Werner and KT typisch, yeah. What can you do, you know? Oh, okay, we're really with our backs to the wall now. Question, FatJoe. How much time do you have left? Do we want to play a round of Dukla after this, or do we call it quits if we lose now? Which, of course, will not happen.
You could have... Hang on, I have to kill someone.
Yeah, that's the priority, of course. And he did it.
I think we could take a round in Dukla. Ah, come on. Matt.
Get sniped. Yeah, I think we lost. I mean, we can make a last charge now, but I think, yeah, best learn Russian. But I'm pretty sure we'll have a nice place in the communist administration after the war, so I'm good.
So apparently, yeah, this is a bug where I can spawn behind the enemy lines in the German main base.
Good that you mentioned that. And I'm getting connection problems.
Yeah.
Okay,
the
that's
server,
not...
although free to us, isn't maybe the best.
Yeah, we might have destroyed it.
Yeah, so maybe we won't play Dukla right now.
Yeah, maybe we will call it quits now and say thanks for watching.
Yes. Thank you actually for watching. It's been great to actually go over the Soviet equipment. Finally, we actually have Soviets in the game. It's been a while since we promised this, and it's actually coming. It's not too long now.
Yeah, we're not the quickest, but we usually deliver.
We deliver in a slow pace. Wow.
And at high quality.
So I just got kicked out of Battlefield account as well.
Yeah, me as well. I think we would have to look into that.
All right. Thanks everyone for joining. Had a brief look at the upcoming Soviet stuff. When is it out? Soon. We're not going to give you a date because we still don't know exactly when it is, but it is getting sooner and sooner.
Yep.
At least you can already see where we are at with the content that we just showed. So, Tobias, anything else?
No, not really. I think we're fun.
All right. Thanks everyone for joining. We're going to call it quits now. Keep playing Forgotten Hope 2. And please come back into the forum and have a chat with us there.
Yep.
All
Goodbye.
right. Goodbye.